Hi, this is Father Matthew again from our parishes in East Lansing, and we're continuing to think about ways to really get more life out of our faith that works. In these reflections, we're trying to figure out ways to bring more life to the practices in our faith and in our parish life. We're kind of continuing our reflections on how we get more out of the Mass, because another way that our participation in the Mass can be more full is if we actually look at the readings and familiarize ourselves with the saints before we come to Mass. If we know that it's the feast of St. Thomas the Apostle, or if we know that the readings are coming from the prophets, sometimes it's good for us to spend a little time in preparation, because that way, when we hear the readings proclaimed, we have an opportunity to reflect on something that's not a surprise to us, but something that we've already been praying about, we've already been listening to. And when we hear about the lives of the saints, many times when we celebrate their feast days, it's good if you know a little bit about who this martyr is, or if this is a great missionary that we're celebrating, or if this was a woman who built schools and did great works of social justice. These sorts of issues are good for us to know, because oftentimes in the Mass itself, we don't have time to give detailed explanations of all the readings or in the lives of the saints. We can usually touch on just a few highlights. So it's good if we enter in and already have some idea of what we're actually celebrating. If you are prepared to hear the readings for the day, if you're already familiar with the saint whose feast day we celebrate, it can help us to participate more fully in the Mass and to receive more of the graces and the words that God has for us as we come together and really hear the word and receive the Blessed Sacrament. And so this is another way for us to enter in more fully to the Mass, both if we're watching the Mass from home or if we're in the church. We can celebrate more fully if we're coming in prepared and ready for the readings and for the saint of the day. This is just simply another way for us to really live with faith that works.